No, the walking is talking now.
How's it going, everybody? It's me, the RDP. I'm here with Professor Pixel, who's drunk on eggnog, and I got the bearded Zach.
Far off.
And a guy, he just doesn't want to come on camera because he's like, why the hell am I here?
Yep.
He's also missing a crucial line.
Well, that's done in Florida. We don't do those kind of lines.
With your mother.
That's the line.
I don't do lines with my mother. That's just
Now cocaine.
I'm sure you got plenty of that magical white stuff right outside your house right now, don't you think?
Well, actually, not really. No.
Oh, really? No snow? Oh,
No,
okay.
They're all covered in cheese.
We got it for him.
All we got is Bobby Drake outside just blowing.
They're covered in grated
Iceman.
No, I heard that. You said he's blowing, so I said, who?
Does it matter? Does it make it less disturbing?
No.
A little to the now the two people watching because the third person just hung up. We're talking about issue 2. What are really? Is it really issue 2 though? Because it's yearly comic. It's now a year later. We talked about last Friday the Christmas with Superheroes, Volume 1, Issue 1. Now this is 1989, and somehow it's issue 2. So it's kind of weird because they didn't do issue 3, 4, 5. They kind of went from this way of our feature, didn't they, Breen? They just start doing holiday specials.
Well, they didn't do anything I don't think they did any for years until between 89 and like the 2000s. Yeah.
Ah, okay. Yeah, because I was looking, I'm trying to find out stuff. I'm like, it's just, this is the only 2 that I can find. The first one was reprints, and this one was just the same format, but this wasn't reprints. This was all new stories, 6 stories, just like the previous issue. And you get a Green Lantern story with Barry Allen the Flash, and not only that, you get a Wonder Woman story from with her and her friend Julia, the professor, and then. Sadly, Aquaman's not involved in this whatsoever. Neither is Plastic Man. They're just kind of thrown on the cover. But Batman has a story. Superman has one as well. Superman has probably the most impactful story in the beginning of this.
I just want to say, when your face is looking like this down here, I don't think you want to be a part of this book.
I'm just saying he's a
SpongeBob episode where there's like handsome Squidward.
Oh no! That's an insult to handsome Squidward.
Well, I was looking more at this, so I kept thinking, like, man, he looks like he's what was it, James Dean? Back in the day, he's just been smoking too much.
You know what I was thinking, looking over here. Those gams.
I just kept thinking,
It does look like he's eyeing Wonder Woman's gams a little.
Well, look at we got Christopher Walken Green Lantern over there.
Okay. Okay, now I have to go up. Good evening. I am Hal Jordan.
Oh,
why don't we just do reads? No.
I mean, and then the other part with this cover that was like that is basically Riley Rossmo drawn at Nightwing. Look at the arms, the body proportion.
Yeah, where are his muscles?
Where are the editors?
How does he hold his body? He's a gymnast. How does he hold his body up with those tiny arms?
And are they with the orphans or are they at the North Pole?
That's the North Pole.
I mean, that one kid has pointy ears, but he could just be deformed. We don't know. I'm just saying, it looks like they're all just kind of laughing and going crazy, but there's not a single drop of alcohol.
Well, no, they're superheroes. You can't show them getting wasted.
Superman.
Well, he's drinking hot cocoa.
All right, so there is Santa Claus up there. It looks like they're at the North Pole. Trying to figure out who the cover artist within this because this is someone I recognized when I was looking at last night.
Failure.
This was Steven DeStefano and Larry Malstead.
Okay.
Those sound familiar to Breen? Those names?
Larry Malstead does, but the other one does not.
I'm gonna click on it and see what he's done.
probably took one look at that cover and he never worked again.
You know what he worked on? Amazing Man.
Okay, that makes sense. It's stylized intentionally.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, where Larry, let me see click on his little link here. I'm looking at this. He worked on Adventures Comics 479. 1981, which I'm trying to remember what Adventure Comics. Well, he's also in Weird Tales as well. But so his he worked on inking Carmine Infantino and Werewolf Wolfman on the Adventure Comics 479. Dial H for Hero. Cool. Also notable works he worked on we did for Weird Lantern, Batman. Then he started working on Marvel Comics in the 90s, working on Spider-Man.
Working on who?
I can't do that. I gotta save my voice, okay? Also, I'm not Jameson, so I don't yell things. I'm civilized.
Should we get going with this book?
Yes, we should get going with it.
Here we go. We see the ornaments, and those are nice, but now it's time for stories.
And I gotta say, like I said, this is probably my favorite story about this. This is a guy, he's just down on the luck. His car broke down. Many people, he's been there for hours. People just been passing him up. He's freezing to death because his engine block is pretty much turns out to be cracked. So he's about to basically pull the gun and then shoot himself. Superman shows up. He's like, "Hey, might I sit down?" And at this point, Superman's, he sits in there. "Oh, let me warm you up." And you see the guy is like, "Oh God, thank you. It's so warm. I love it." And he looks in there. He's like, "Here, let me warm your engine block up." And it appears that your belt's cracked, so the battery's not getting charged. I'm thinking at this point, why doesn't Superman just fly him somewhere where it's warmer? And I understand the whole purpose. He wants to have a conversation with the guy. The guy says, like, it's just, everybody's going, and Superman says, well, the curve, they can't see you until the last minutes, and if they try to stop, they'll slide, and it's all ice, they're. So he basically gets on the guy. It's then the reason to basically shoot yourself, And then he says, "What's this?" Superman's just basically snooping through everything. "What's this here?" These are my pills. Give them away. So obviously, my impression of this is the guy basically told Superman, "Where are you going? You don't have family?" He's like, "Well, my wife's. I moved her over to Metropolis or something like that. I'm thinking and he's going back to try and sell a house. I mean, obviously, maybe I don't know if they're estranged or whatever." But
it seems like
they're estranged. Yeah. They separated.
So, yeah. And on top of that, the man goes ahead and mentions that he does have family. He has a daughter, and the reason why that he and the daughter don't get along is because the wife's just a bitch. Totally didn't support her daughter marrying the man, and he didn't mind him. But
So Superman basically, here, give it a note. What are you doing? He's like, this is people you can go see that they don't live too far, these old couple, but don't tell anybody. He's like, don't worry, I won't tell a soul. I won't tell anybody you're even here. And he basically it helps him turn his car over, cranks it. He's like, well, you're gonna have to go here now, for the night, because you're not getting too far on your battery because your battery's not being charged. And then he's like, well, I gotta go. And he flies away, and then you see exit 20 miles to Smallville. You send him to his parents' house.
Somebody say.
Now, like I said, that's horrible weather. I have enough juice to get to what you're saying I do. Are you sure? Because Superman, if I end up crashing or whatever, spinning off the road, it doesn't make sense. I thought Superman would have at the end here. Let me give you a lift. Instead, he just kind of leaves. I'm like, I gotta go.
No, there's a very important matter here. The man chooses, and to just give him a lift. Do you want me to give you a lift? Do you want me to do that? No, it's very important that the man chooses to go ahead and go down Smallville and go stay with Pa and Ma Kent, and I think that's an important touch. because he's choosing life when he was ready to end it all from the cold and life just beating him down. This was the last straw, and Superman went ahead and pulled him back from the ledge.
I would hope Superman would just be like, "Yeah, here's your gun. Snap. Here you go."
Well, he does that as he's flying off, but I
Yeah.
kind of agree with Pixel. If he just were to just like pick him up and fly him somewhere, like if the guy was still really depressed, and he could still do something wherever Superman drops him off, and Superman's not going to carry
At
him
this
around
point, though,
all
I
day.
think the guy's pretty much not depressed anymore. He's going to go there, so it's leading that way.
After talking to Superman, yeah.
Yeah, like that's what I mean. He could at least give him a lift afterwards.
Yeah,
Oh, maybe. We don't know if he was on his way to go fight Zod or Brainiac or whatever nonsense. Just dragging some
Hold on,
senior
hold on,
citizens
Zod.
into battle.
Zod, time out. I gotta go help this guy over here. Okay.
He's gonna kill himself, Zod. Don't you care? It's
Brainiac.
Christmas.
Brainiac, hold on. I gotta save one life. And then I'll
Zod,
get to you.
what is Christmas?
What is going on? And that's how Zod became a good guy for a day. He learned about Christmas.
He got charged through 3 sizes. No,
I
this
don't
is a-
care.
I
This
agree,
was-
though. That was a really good story, though. I did like the Superman one.
This one was kind of, I don't know. It's not as good as the other ones. This one,
No.
it's still an average story for me, at least.
It's
I say
not as
average,
good as the other
not bad,
Batman.
good.
The other Batman stories from the previous issue.
This talks about, I guess. Well, Zach, you can tell. You can take this one. Talk about the story.
I skimmed through this one. I didn't read it as much as I didn't have time to read all the stories, and we already
I
had
did.
2 Batman. Oh, well, lucky you.
You know what time I started reading them? 15 minutes before we went live.
Oh, okay.
Well, here's the thing. With this one, I think that it's touching
Overcoming
upon
darkness.
Christmas with Batman, Batman's Christmases, and the life experiences that follow that. Hellos, welcoming in, family, and then goodbyes. And I think that while it touches upon that, and basically at the end it's saying, there's still hope, it's not as good.
Well, there's always, yeah, it's there's remember there's always light in the darkness. You know when things are most bleak, there's always hope.
So does Dick Grayson get his first Robin costume for Christmas? It's kind of a weird Christmas gift, Batman.
He gets a
Merry
costume.
Christmas! You're not going to have any pants.
Here's
he
a
gets a-
costume where you can go jump in front of criminals.
Take
So-
them, Dick.
So he gets
I took
he
5
gets
guys
a
at
costume,
once.
and then you see Dick Grayson looks like he's basically retiring. He's out in college. He's grown up now.
I thought that was for some reason I thought that was Jason Todd's outfit. I don't know why. I thought it was Jason Todd's. If it's Dick's, that makes more sense too.
But man, I didn't know that bats could kill rabbits. That's just weird. That was just crazy. I didn't expect that.
Hey, Vang.
Yeah.
I'm gonna jump off since I didn't read this. I'm gonna grab something to eat so I can be ready for the reading tonight. Because I think I'm gonna end up having to go upstairs a little bit earlier today to head to warmer climates because it's getting ugly down here. So
right.
I will. I'm just gonna mute myself. If I get done in time, I'll come back for the end of this one.
Yeah.
All right. I'll be back in a bit.
Yeah. Right. Cool. All right. And shout out to anybody who's watching right now that's not commenting in the chat right now. I see we got 5 people watching. If you guys have any, guys have maybe read this or have any comments, or let us know. Or any questions about these issues. But now we're going on to basically what I thought was going to be like a George Perez almost when I first saw this art.
Mhm. Not alas, it is not.
No, it's not. It's I guess imitation art, but it's William Mesner Loeb, right? Is it this one? This one?
I think so.
We can look right here by Eric.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Shanower.
It's Eric Shanower. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Edited by Mark Wade.
Well, they're all edited by Mark Wade.
Very interesting. Well, I'm just saying it's interesting considering that one of the main characters in this story is like a pastor. It's like,
And that's the thing too. But it was cool because Wonder Woman's basically coming to spend Christmas with them, with friend Julie and her family. And
I have no idea who this like mom and daughter are either. I thought at
well,
first like it
and
was
for that matter, if you don't know, you can go watch
Right.
Pix and I talking about the first 6 issues of the post-crisis Wonder
Wonder
Woman.
Woman.
See, I thought it was like Cassie Sandsmark and her mom
No,
for a
no.
second, but I was like, wait, no,
So
that's-
yeah, so Julia is a professor that helped her basically learn how to speak
Adjust.
English. Yeah, learn how to speak English and stuff.
Oh,
And
okay.
after she came to America. So basically, we get to see Diana talking to this other woman, is Shannon, and eventually, basically, because what are you doing, man?
Look at that face.
She's happy. What are you talking about? She's just got lipstick on her teeth. That's all. The coloring wasn't that great. Give the guy a break. He's doing the writing and the artist. So anyway, so this is right here, the scene right here. You see them, all four women together. That Julia, her daughter, and I guess her Shannon is her mother or a friend.
I think Julie's got to be the mom, and isn't Nessie the daughter?
Nessie's a daughter.
Nessie's the daughter, and then the pastor lady is like a friend of hers.
Friend, yes. So
Yeah.
they all four women sing carols, and as we're basically Shannon's sneaking in the dark, and she sees Diana is like there, and she's like, "Oh God, what the hell are you doing there?" It's just kind of creepiness in her, and she Diana, they start speaking about how she's so confused. The gods have all betrayed me. I don't know what to believe in stuff, and it's just basically someone who's basically agnostic or doesn't believe in Christ stuff. They have a kind of religious conversation in this issue, which you could never do today.
Again, that's why I was shocked. Like Mark Waid was the editor. I was like, whoa.
Well, the main actor was Giordano.
Mike Waid. No, he edited this story.
Yeah,
like
but
the front
at
page.
the time, the executive though was Dick Giordano.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
So Mark Waid only did like the editing for these issues though, or I mean these little stories. So, like I said, I mean, it was a cool little story. I just felt like there's no men in this story. There's no guys. I know it's like single mother with a daughter, has a female friend over. Not even one single guy pops up in the whole entire issue, except for the very beginning.
The only guy that gets mentioned is the cheating ex-husband of the pastor.
Yes. All right. So after this women's retreat, go to Enemy Ace, Silent Night by John Byrne.
This one was really cool. I did like this one because there's like no dialogue.
Yeah.
So I thought I always enjoy those types of stories that rely on just your imagination and then the panels.
And the great thing about this, it's basically takes place during World War I in the United Kingdom. It's basically a British field hospital staff and its patients. And you can see, I guess the Bloody Red Baron. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be Mike Baron. Just kidding. Obviously, people are on opposite sides of the war. You have the Germans, and then you have the British, and then guy pulls a gun on them. The guy says, "Not here, dude. You kidding me? This is like we're in a building here, people and stuff, and it's Christmas."
Well, so the Red Baron, he's bringing Christmas supplies. Like he's coming under truce to drop off supplies, and then you see him. He's going to a wall that has the names of fallen soldiers, and he's actually like paying honor and like he's like giving them a moment of silence when this young, hot-headed British guy pulls a gun on him. But then, yeah, you're right. The older guy's like, not here, and even when the Red Baron like reaches out to shake his hand, that guy
you're going, you're disturbing everybody. Just leave.
Yeah.
Almost like it's his fault because he decided to be nice.
Right. It's like even the old guy with the mustache, even though he's trying to like keep the peace, he's still like, no, you can't stay here. Even though it's Christmas, you gotta go.
At first, I thought the old guy was Hitler.
No, it's a different mustache.
The mustache was too.
It's before he, made it perfectly. Anyway.
All right, I know y'all were excited for this one.
This was my favorite story. This was my favorite one. I think it almost had as much, if not a little bit more impact than the Superman one.
Definitely. This is William Ezra Loebs with Colleen Doran penciling on this.
Also, first Black Santa.
Yeah, he's a little cranky.
Scum.
Right,
ho ho.
So this also has Ty Templeton do the inking on this as well.
It's called George Bell, but
it's called Old Fashioned Christmas. So basically, the story on this is that you want to go away, get the
Yeah,
synopsis?
sure. So Barry has monitor duty on the Justice League satellite, and Hal's been bored, so he goes up to keep him company. And they get called away because they see like these, these thugs are
Go too
or
fast,
what?
Pixel.
They don't get called away, do they? They go down to like just go find some Christmas cheer.
Yeah, what happens?
So,
they see this guy getting mugged by
yeah,
Go back.
which seems like a really odd thing to pop up on the Justice League monitor, just a random mugging.
But I gotta say though, I love though. On the very top part, you see Barry still wearing his costume under his civilian clothes.
Yeah,
like, where Hal just like snap transforms into his normal clothes.
But like they come across the Santa in the rain, and he's like, Christmas, people are rotten, humbug. And then they come across this mugging, and they make short word of the muggers. I like Hal. He's like, you can go to jail or you can go to the moon. You pick. The guy's like, I'll take the moon.
But I love how Hal's like, sweet, this is brother, wonderful Christmas. He gets to kick some ass now.
Right.
So
but then they find out that the guy getting mugged is like this really wealthy guy.
Yeah.
And apparently he's talking to him. He's like, yeah, I offered to give like $5 million to anyone who could find Santa Claus and prove Santa is real. Because he starts reminiscing about how life was simpler and better when people believed in Santa.
In a sense.
Kinda.
Yes, no.
But so what happens is Hal and Barry decide to like help this guy out. So it's Christmas Eve, and Hal's like, well, where are we going to go? All the toy stores are closed. And Barry's like, well, not in Hawaii, they're not. So he runs off to Hawaii, buys up a whole bunch of toys. They make a Santa outfit for this old wealthy guy. And then Green Lantern makes a sled, and they go around this small town delivering toys and gifts to people. All kinds of there's some like misadventures, and there's like, what is it? They come across the home of an old Jewish guy who doesn't have any friends because all of his friends he's an older guy and all of his friends are dead. They come across a single mom whose husband recently died, so now she's trying to put together some bikes for her kids. This one was funny. The first house that he goes down, and he's like, here's your toys, kids. And he goes up this chimney, and the girl's like, I thought he'd be more inspiring.
Yeah.
So
it threw me off though, because I'm like, that's a bicycle wheel? I had no idea what the hell it was at first.
Yeah, and all of this was done on one page too, which is crazy to me. But yeah, she's like, I don't know how to put together bikes, and the old wealthy guy, he's like, well, actually, I know how to put bikes together. It takes them a while.
Yeah. She thought he was gonna rob the place, and she's like, nah, I'm not here to rob anything.
But when he's done and he goes up the chimney, you see Green Lantern's like holding a stopwatch. He's like, you're late. And the guy's like, sorry, the chain got tangled. And Barry's like, I don't even want to know what that means. So I thought that was funny. And then yeah, here's the older Jewish guy who doesn't make a fuss. And the old guy playing Santa's like, wow, people are really not bothered by the idea of burglaries. I've been in so many houses tonight. Nobody seems upset.
Right.
So yeah, it was really cool. And then like the final one they go to, they found out there was like one family name they couldn't find an address for. And so after Hal and Barry leave, the old guy finds that it's because they're living inside their car. And so he's talking with them, and the dad's talking about how they don't really want anything. Toys can go to the shelter where they'll be better used. Yeah, because there are people that have it worse than them. And so what happens, though, is at the very end, instead of taking the $5 million that he was offering, Barry and Hal convinced the guy that he could actually use that money to help a lot of people out. So the end of the story, it's a nice little, they do like this Christmas gathering. All the families that they visited, you can see they're there having fun. It's a really great feel-good story. I think I liked it a little bit more than the Superman one, to be honest.
That's fair, honestly. I really like this story too. However,
maybe if Superman had been wearing a cool Christmas hat,
maybe
there you go,
or some jingle bells. Yeah.
The one that I really like actually is the following one, I believe, and that's with Deadman, Boston Brennert, and he is basically hopping from person to person, trying to get some experience of the time, go ahead and share some of their lives, because obviously he doesn't have a life of his own. And he realizes this is wrong, and I'm taking away these special moments, and I gotta go. I've already taken too much, and he goes ahead. He's like, "Curse you gods! You did this to me. I've got nobody." And then suddenly, down the street, there's a woman who can see him, can hear him, can interact with him, and it's for such a short amount of time. It's
really super that she can do that.
Yeah. Yes, it's really super. But yes, she's able to see him, talk to him, and they basically spend just a little while talking, taking off the mask, and you can see his real face, and it's. I think it's a pretty special one.
Well, it's important what she says. She says, "We don't, you kind of. It seems like you're kind of coming off like you're doing this because you're not getting recognition. It's like we don't do this for recognition." The fact that she says "we," he doesn't clue on to who she is. But as we do it right away. There's only one hot blonde in DC Comics, and this isn't Black Canary wearing fishnets.
I was about to say, yes, there's Black Canary, so there's 2 hot. Actually, Power Girl makes 3, but her hair's too long for Power Girl.
Well, technically, Power Girl is the same character as this one right here. This is the older version.
Not the same. They're different still, but
one's got big jugs. Okay.
Yes, that's right. Those are 2 big differences.
Yes. So if you haven't figured out, this is actually Kara, Supergirl, because she says he's like, well, my name is Kara, though it probably won't mean anything to you. He's like, yeah, she's right. I have no idea who this is.
There you go.
But I like that, and it's dedicated to Auld Binder and Jim Mooney. Now it says we still remember. I'm not sure who these people are. Brian, you might know them. You're so muted now. But
it's because he just wanted to come in and talk about the Christmas hat.
I just want to know: is this Auld Binder? Is these guys that created him?
Auto Bender, like OTTO?
Yeah.
To the Google machine, Zach.
To Wikipedia. He is the co-creator of Supergirl.
Oh,
there we go.
So there you go. He is listed as the co-creator of Supergirl.
So this is 1989.
Other notable works. He did a lot of writing for Captain Marvel and Fawcett Comics.
My question is, did these guys pass away by then?
Otto Bender passed away 1974.
So yes.
October 13th, 1974. So yeah.
And that is it. This story ends there. This issue. A lot shorter than the last one.
So this is my question. If Deadman's a spirit and he's wearing a mask and he's a spirit, why does he just take this mask off and just look like Rock Hudson or whatever he's supposed to be like the whole entire time? Probably because it was easier to draw him with whiteface, right?
I don't know. I think
explanation.
Because she literally just goes in and grabs I'm like, he's a spear. Wonder if I can go right through. I guess one thing is like maybe her X-ray of her vision, she can see, because Mark Waid's done that too, where she can see the different spectrum stuff in his World's Finest. But
I think it gives him such an identifying look. It stands out completely.
Yeah.
That I think it
looks horrific.
He looks
kind
like
of the point. He's
looks
called
like a
Deadman, not good, jolly, lively guy.
Oh, all right. So Dreamlight Valley, my friend Imperial Goddess plays that over on Twitch. I was watching that, and probably the best part interaction of that game is it was the Disney characters is interacting with Donald Duck.
Trusty says that Deadman cannot remove the mask normally, and then he called you a poozer. Because apparently he's Kilowog today.
Yeah, Pooza.
Yeah, Pooza.
Just wait till we talk about. Wait. We did talk about Kilowog yesterday.
We did. Rip.
Yeah. Oh, that's just splat. Gosh.
But yeah, this
book over already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pixel just went through the Deadman story.
I know it's not like last week where I had to make up some bullshit excuse. I actually read.
Yeah, it's only 56 pages.
Oh, okay, that's right. This one wasn't as long.
Yeah. Did you have a favorite? Did you have a favorite story from this one when you read it, Breen?
It's been 38 plus years since I did. So.
Oh, okay.
Supergirl is the last one with Deadman. And then you have the
Yeah, that was the Matrix Supergirl, by the way.
Yep. We have Flash and Green Lantern, Old Fashioned Christmas. We talked about before. They helped out the guy who was dressed as Santa Claus, helping out people.
Where are you, Christmas? That
Now
guy.
it's kind of funny. I'm gonna say though that Flash story, the family or they help out their last name is the Harpers.
Yeah, I thought about that too, and I thought that it was gonna be like Roy Harper, but then I saw it was a family, and I was like, oh no, that's not Roy. Roy
doesn't get a family.
Roy's an orphan with a heroin addiction.
Gnord Droodles. Kellogg Rules, Gnord Droodles.
Nort.
So
I say Gnord. It sounds better.
obviously, the first book has something special that this one is.
Yeah, and that's a message to everybody. I mean, because obviously it's key to Christmas right now. It's for those who were by themselves, don't have anybody in family. It get rather depressing. I still say that Superman should have flew him over to his parents' house at the end. Save the guy some gas. You know how much the gas probably was back then?
It's probably cheaper than it is now. What are you talking about?
I don't know. Wasn't that during Gulf War?
Wasn't that during the? It was during the 80s. Wasn't that in '89?
George Bush Sr. I will not raise taxes. Raise taxes. Overall, like I said, it's a fun story. Like I said, the one that I like is the last two the most. Just because I like seeing Hal and Barry, just teaming up and doing stuff together.
Yeah.
It would turn out to be them just kind of like just being bored, and just want to have fun. Because Hal was like, really, Hal just want to beat somebody's ass.
I liked that better than the Teen Titans Christmas special last week.
You don't like Tiny Tim?
I like them both.
Yeah. No.
Poor little Rhaegar. Just push him in his wheelchair.
I am full of the Christmas.
I am full of the Christmas cheer.
What's going on ya?
I am full of the Christmas cheer.
I have no idea what Marani is. Maybe she's freezing too.
Maybe the Christmas tree finally keeled over.
Maybe the Christmas tree got her finally.
It came to life.
So obviously, this was much shorter than the previous version, last year's version, which was from 1988. We read last week. I still like them both. To me, both of these, at least the first one, I don't know what the value of it is, but I would still value it as $10. Just the fact that it's just a wholesome and Christmas stories, that you get from DC, and it's not, it's actually like meaningful stories. Where today's ones are just like, oh, Harley and Ivy just flirting back and forth each other, and all that crap. They actually cared about. They had morals. Like I said, they had morals back then. Yeah, so I don't know. I gotta say that there was the one that's mentioned. There was, I think it was 2016 or 17. There was a Tom King story though. There was one with Sergeant Rock.
Trusty says Marania is performing druid rituals around the immortal tree.
I must sacrifice the people. Feed me, Seymour.
Give me your co-host.
I mean, there's a reason why there's no animals at her place or in the neighborhood anymore. The tree demands sacrifice. Tribute.
All the raccoons went missing months ago. There hasn't been a stray cat seen since February.
Who needs stray cats? The freeze probably got them anyway.
We think there's been a damn cat in our garage.
Brian Setzer doesn't need him. That's why he went solo.
Exactly. Chances are it's not a stray cat in your garage.
Yeah, you might have adopted one just without knowing.
Well, if he's in your garage, he's not straying anymore. Is he not really straying anymore if he's in your garage, right?
Well, that's a good point.
Well, I pick him. He taking shits near our towels. So
Why are your towels in the garage? That's just weird.
wow, we haven't
Tree cemetery. All right, so I don't really got anything else to say about this. I mean, I think we pretty
I think
much
we're done.
killed Christmas. I'm the only one here with festive, you know.
It's dead, Jim.
It's dead, Jim.
Pixel's got all his shoes and hats behind him. Man, you must live the life of a skipper. Look at all those hats back there.
Don't talk about my hats.
He's got the white hat. You know, he's got the. You know, it's just.
I haven't worn hats in
You have
so
a white
long.
hat too?
Huh?
Oh, different white hat. Never mind.
Wait, he has a hat, not a foot.
That was a joke. I was trying
Wow.
to lean into the joke there
But
a little bit.
Overall, though, I said I've been enjoying going over these because some of these are first reads. Some of these stories, like Yesterday Tonight, items are first reads for me. I've never read this volume 2. I've read stories that are in the reprints of the first one because they were reprints, so I've read them before. But yeah, and Trusty, we're gonna start reading right now as you go to eat dinner.
Yeah.
So we got at least 2 readings coming out tonight.
Yes.
So after this, stay tuned because we got some Spider-Man, and then we also got
Yes.
yes,
Yes.
and then we also got some JSA
Woo.
There we go. Such fun.
with the Rawhide Lantern,
Ooh.
Oh, good
Alan
Lord.
Scott.
Oh, good Lord. This
We're
is
going to have a
before-
good time
This is
tonight.
before he was rawhided, though, so I feel like we should do a pre-rawhided voice.
That's not going to
You know what?
happen.
Are you trying to cater to Austin
Listen,
P? No, we're
You're
doing
going
it.
to get Eric Breen doing Rawhide or Cary Grant. You have 2 options.
Cary Grant. I will always choose Cary Grant.
All right, biteth me.
Uh,
You know the treeeth might do it that first.
That's true. You gotta watch out
So-
for that tree.
Yes. Be on the lookout. Should be about like 8-ish, 8:15-ish, somewhere in that time zone, that time span. We gotta go ahead.
Me, fellow JSA, has anyone seen Randolph Scott?
Yes, make sure to be on the lookout for that. But we here on the Geeky Puppet Show, even though there are no puppets here, thank God, we want to go ahead and thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps out the channel quite a bit. Check out the Ko-Fi if you can. Any dollar that you donate goes towards the StreamYard or the Marvel Unlimited or the DC Infinite. It costs a pretty penny. So if you can give a pretty penny, we greatly appreciate it.
For $1 a day, you can keep Pixel away from an eggnog.
No, I'm going to go pour myself another glass right now. It's going to be a fun night.
He's already off the wagon.
So please,
Wouldn't it be a sled?
please make sure to do that.
Stand
Also,
slap.
we here at the Geeky Puppet Show would like to thank you so much for watching and wish you a very Merry Christmas.
Yes.
Send us off,
Yes.
Bankman.
All right. Once again, thank you for showing up, Zach. You're always appreciated. And like the beard, Professor Pixel.
Next year it'll be longer and whiter.
Just hi. And thank you for being here as well. Don't smile at me. I don't.
Thank you.
And,
Don't like it.
thank you, Eric Breen, for being the person that through the whole entire stream, not saying only like 3 words. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
I did 4. Dang it. All right, guys. I hope you had fun. And then, yeah, you said so. If there's other ways, if you don't want to donate money, you can share out the channel. You can click like. You can leave a comment down below because help the algorithm, help us, help you get good stuff. The more people that show up, the more lively the chat is. It's not just a sea of blue from Trusty Sidekick and Zach talking to himself.
I was talking to Trusty and Miss So. I was talking to myself.
All right. So we'll
That's
see you all in a
crazy.
few. Thank you to all. A good night.
Ho, ho, ho.